Welcome everyone, replay viewers, live viewers. This is a live show. This is actually happening. Beautiful One will be here in just a second. She's over there setting up some moderators. We got Christy in the house. She's not actually at our house right now. She's at home. She couldn't work with us tonight, but she's working remotely. She's actually going to be online moderating the comments. So thank you, Christy, for coming and doing this. We've been having a pre-chat here, and we've got a lot of old friends in here. We've got a lot of new people. So thanks everyone for coming. We're gonna have a blast tonight. We're gonna talk more about the Great American Farm Tour. We already did a live show, question and answer, and the overall theme was probably the most popular question was, where are you guys going and when? So we're gonna talk more about that. I'm gonna go into more detail about the places we're gonna visit. I'm gonna talk to you about how you can be a spot we're gonna visit. The deadline for applying and doing that, it's going to be January 20th, but I'll talk more about that. We're also going to talk some about the Kickstarter. You guys are showing us some love. You guys are really doing us well there. And by the way, why we're getting started here, as we have a bit of a warm up, and I'm telling you the agenda for tonight, why don't you guys, you go down to the bottom of this video, the live video, there's an arrow button going up and to the right. It's saying share. Go ahead, just share this video. I think once you hit that share button, you have many options. You can share it on Twitter or Facebook. That doesn't cost you anything. It would help us tremendously. We've got more people on this event. We got almost 400 people on here. It doesn't cost us any more trouble to get more people on here. So guys, take a moment and share that real quick. Once we're gonna talk 2 rounds. We're going to take 1 round and talk about the folks that are on the Kickstarter page that we're going to feature, some awesome farms. We're going to talk about why we're excited to share them. And then we're going to take a little break and answer some of your live questions and chats. And then we'll go back into it. And I'll talk to you about some more people that I have lined up recently that are not listed on the Kickstarter page. Probably names you know, okay? Some pretty big and exciting names, and I cannot wait to share those with you. Chances are you know who they are, and you're going to be very excited to see us hang out with them. And then we'll come back in and we'll talk, we'll come back in and we'll talk more, answer some of your live questions, and at some point in there, I'm going to share more about the Kickstarter. I'll go down the different rewards that are offered. The Kickstarter ends Sunday at 10 p.m., so you got to get in. We've blown up our goal. You guys have spoken, but that doesn't mean you can't get in there and get a really good deal on the documentary. Make sure you get a mug and a t-shirt, those kinds of things. And by the way, those mugs and t-shirts we'll order as soon as the Kickstarter money comes through. We'll go ahead and get those orders, and you guys will have those mugs and t-shirts while we're on the tour, while we're traveling around getting our footage, filming. So thank you guys very much. Without further ado, I'm ready to share this. Just give me 1 second to share the screen. Oh, wait, I should let Beauty get over here and say hello to everybody. Beauty is going to be with us. She's going to be hanging out. She's going to chime in. She's coordinating with Christy, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Christy, we love Christy. We're going to have a way to keep her involved, whether she goes with us or whether she stays home. Maybe she can be our tour manager from home. We'll see. I don't know.
But we really want you to come.
So here we go. We're going to get on this show. You ready to do this, Beauty?
Yeah.
I'm going to share the screen. And where is this thing? There it is. And I'm going to show you all the different places we're going to see. I think you guys are going to really appreciate it. In a second, you guys should be able to see the Kickstarter window. That should be the window I'm sharing with you. If for some reason you're not, I guess you could, we could check here in a second, Beauty, to make sure we are. There it is. It should pop up here in a second. Okay, you'll kind of keep an eye on that. So here's our Kickstarter page. Guys, woo! Just since we got on, you guys have contributed quite a bit.
We got over 1,000.
We got over 1,000 backers since you guys got on. That is awesome. I think we had 1,099 with our first Kickstarter, Permaculture Chickens. I think we'll definitely get to that. That'll be exciting. Beauty's saying you can see the page, so that's good. They can't see us now, Rebecca. The camera's off of us, so you don't have to be over here yet. You can watch that if you want. So I'm going to run down this, but I do want you over here to comment on some of the things. So look, let's go talk about the farms we're going to visit. This is Polyface Farm. Of course, we're going to visit Polyface Farm. Anybody can visit there, by the way. And so we're going to get in. We're going to try to see if we can't get in and follow an intern or even Joel himself. But at least we can go around. I already know a lot about these systems from when I film with Permaculture Chicken, so I feel like we can get a lot of great content there. That will be the Mid-Atlantic region, the Virginia, the Kentucky. Those will be in the early spring time. So what are we excited about visiting why are we excited about visiting Polyface? I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer.
I don't know. I'm excited to show it to the kids.
Oh, that's right. We haven't taken the kids.
We went with Gideon when we filmed Permaculture Chickens.
Yes.
And they didn't get to see it like we did. And I don't know. I really enjoyed my time there. Like there's bunnies all over bunny houses all over the place, and you can Gideon
chickens,
feeding
turkeys,
grass, chickens, turkeys, cows, pigs, veggies. I mean, bees. They have everything there. Sheep.
Yep.
Didn't they have ducks
Daniel's children about their same age.
And the boys, their Joel's grandkids reminded me of Jonah and Josiah, just how they kind of palled around the farm together.
I think
like
it'll
our
be good.
boys do. So that's why I was like, I think they'll have fun with it.
I didn't necessarily think about this, but it will be good for our kids to play and be around some other farm kids.
Yeah.
They are that way some, but this whole year they're pretty much going to be a farm with farm kids every week.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All right, here we go. Let's go on down and see what else we got here. I'm on the Kickstarter page, by the way. You can get to the Kickstarter page I have the link in the YouTube video. Feel free to click on it at any time and check it out. Right now, I'm going to just walk you through it myself. The Prairie Homestead, probably one of our, following her the longest on the blog, one of our favorite. What are we excited about going seeing, Jill? I would say that it's a prairie homestead, so it's a different climate, different atmosphere. Feel free to chime in if you want, Beauty. Family cow, homestead style chickens, gardening. Also like us in the sense that doesn't claim to know everything and is willing to take the audience along for an experiment. Also, you know, doing well in business, and so it'd be fun to talk to her about that and just hang out with them and meet the rest of the family. Next up, we got Paul Wheaton. Different. This is way out in Montana.
Yeah.
Okay. He's known as the bad boy permaculture. If you're wearing a shirt like More Cowbell, you know this is going to be a lot of fun. Okay. These got rocket mass heaters and teepees, this kinds of things. Community, lots of land there with different kind of people coming in and I think renting or leasing or even buying parcels of land near each other and doing their thing. There's houses under the ground. There's hobbit holes there. It's going to be exciting to go and see him. Anything you want to add about Paul Wheaton?
No, I'm excited just to see it. I mean, I've read enough about it.
Yes, and so then we have Fresh Eggs Daily. This is a backyard chicken person. We had her when we went up to Virginia for permaculture chickens, but now she's moved to Maine, so it'll be interesting to see that climate. It's so much different than North Carolina. Christy is from Maine, and she was showing us some picture of Acadia. Is that how you say it? Acadia National Park. So we hope to definitely visit there, especially after I saw those pictures. It's very beautiful, and this will be nice. We'll go up to Maine in the spring. Well, late spring, perhaps. And so it'll be definitely more, very beautiful at that time.
I think so,
and very comfortable. We are traveling with the weather. We're going south when we start off, and we are going up north in the spring, and then we're zigzagging, going west across the entire country, up and down, until we go south into Southern California in the fall, early winter, and then come across through Texas. Gonna have to spend a lot of time in Texas because a lot of you are in Texas. There are a lot of folks we're gonna visit in Texas, and we have family in Texas. And then we come back through, I guess, Alabama, that kind of area, and then back to North Carolina, probably for Christmas. Picture of Joel Salatin. This is a greenhouse that he had going. That was in the summer. Yes, they're growing tomatoes in the greenhouse in the summer. The tomatoes love the heat. And then this is Rob Avis of Canada. We are going to Canada. Yes, I know Canada is not America. So I guess technically this is the North. Forgive me. Technically, this is the Great North American Farm Tour.
Well, it's the
but
Great and then North in parentheses American Farm
But that
Tour.
doesn't have quite the rhyme to it. Okay, so we're cheating a little bit. We are going to Canada.
We are aware.
We do know. The Canadians were sure to let us know that in one email I sent out. So I'm sorry if I offended anybody. But this is a backyard, y'all. So we're not just going to the Joel Salatons, okay? We're going to the backyards. We're going to the permaculture sites. This is a backyard permaculture site. And look at the abundance in that backyard, okay? Why grow grass when you can grow veggies? That's what Rob's all about. We also have Curtis Stone. While we're up in Canada, we're definitely going to go see Curtis. He had a nice shout out for us in one of his videos. We put one of his videos in one of ours earlier this week. This guy can make $100,000 on 1/3 of an acre farming other people's yards, okay, with lease agreements. So whether you're gonna do a market farm on other people's yards, or you're just a homestead, or you just want to be more efficient, we're going to learn that from Curtis. He's high efficiency in space and what you grow, and in growing all year, because again, he is in Canada. You can see here a low tunnel and a greenhouse right there in the picture. There's Diego on the right, pictured with Curtis Stone. But Diego's a permaculture podcaster, and we're going to go see his little homestead, his little backyard homestead in Southern California. Jack Spirko, a very popular podcaster, but what we're excited about, and chime in if you want. Well, what are you excited about going to Canada for?
What
Why are you excited about going to Canada?
I haven't really been to Canada. We only went to Canada like when I was a kid, and we just went to Niagara Falls side. We didn't like go into Canada. So it's so beautiful there.
Yeah, and I don't think I've ever been.
Curtis Stone's having a baby, or his partner is.
So we'll get to see the
So I want to see the baby. Gotta see the baby.
You know, we're gonna see a lot of kinds of families on this.
Yes.
Of all ages and sizes. We have fans as young as 1.5 years to fans 70 years old or older. So we're going to see all different kinds of people. Of course, we're going to go. I like Jack because not necessarily because he's a podcaster, but because he does regenerative ducks. So he grazes these ducks. He raises ducks for meat and eggs for market. And what's cool about it is he does it in such a way that he actually heals and regenerates the land instead of takes away from it. Marjorie Wildcraft, if anybody, there's nobody on the planet who wants more homegrown food on everybody's plate than Marjorie Wildcraft. So we're going to go and delve into her heart, and hopefully some of her passion will rub off on all of us, and we'll be more inspired to grow food. That's in Texas. We'll go to Donnell. We're excited there, and because she's in Arizona, and so talk about a totally different climate. This is desert. We are in cold temperate North Carolina, so we're going to just see.
Well, it's funny too, because like some of these people I followed way before we were even doing anything permaculture or homesteading, farming, you know, doing it on YouTube. And so now it's kind of like we're going to meet these people that in my mind, were.
So are you starstruck?
Really important people. A little bit. It'll be interesting.
Another one that we've been following for years, Homestead Honey. I'm really excited for this because she's totally off grid. I'm pretty sure they did this all themselves, built their own little tiny house.
There's some more people that I followed before we were anybody.
Put up solar panels, has an outdoor kitchen. You see fruit trees here.
They built a cellar.
Okay.
This like summer, I think. So, I mean, that's good. That's going to be really cool.
I think we'd like to build a cellar. We have no idea how to do that.
No. And so like to see theirs and see the setup and how they put it all on their blog. So, I mean, all the info's there, but just to see it is so much better, I think, you know. And
there is that Missouri?
Yes.
So that'll be in the summer. Another Missouri, real near Homestead Honey, is Rome Sticks. Y'all might have saw their Kickstarter. Then they're awesome. They do grass-fed pork, and they were very creative with it in that they decided to package it as pork jerky, and that adds value and probably not too much trouble for them. And I thought that was smart marketing. So they're full-time farmers, but are using creative things like packaging it and marketing it in a different way to stretch it and make things go further, so that they don't have to have as many pigs on their land to make the same amount of money. So they can have a regenerative operation. Better Life Together. These are some up and coming vloggers. We shot them out in our vlog this week, got them a lot of traffic. They're good. When we first saw their vlog, we were very excited about it. And they have an exciting story because they're in the midst of moving out of suburbia, going to build their own tiny house and start homesteading.
Shed house.
So they're converting a shed house that you see at Home Depot or Lowe's or a hardware store, and they're going to convert that into a house. And that's going to be a fun story to follow. And who knows where they'll be when we come, but we would definitely keep you guys updated. It'll be fun. It'll be fun to come to some of these YouTubers because we'll YouTube each other. Yeah. And there'll be some collaboration there, and it'll be fun. Another guy that has been inspired by us and started vlogging because of us is Dan of the Grass Fed Homestead. But I'm inspired by Dan because of his ability to, I call him the permaculture shepherd, because he runs these sheep like I've never seen. It's probably going to be the best sheep operation in the world because he's going to move them every day. He gives them oh my! We saw him cooking some in a video. It looks so good.
It really did look. I
Talk about the food we're going to eat when we go across. We're going to be eating this fresh farm food of all kinds of variety.
I know my kids are going to love playing with his son, so that's exciting.
Yeah. So Dan, we're coming to see you. His name, it's Grass Fed Homestead on YouTube, if you guys want to check them out. Primal Pastures. And we're almost done with this list, guys. We'll hop on a live. We'll hop on again where you can see our face and we'll answer some of your questions. This is Primal Pastures, and this is one of our early inspirations. Yeah. This is one of the first podcasts we ever listened to when he was on Permaculture Voices, and we were totally inspired by their story. It was the first time we heard of Kickstarter, and they just killed it on there. And they have a fun story where they were all talking, him and his family, and they said, you know what, we ought to get some chickens. And I think it was it seemed like they were watching a ball game or something, and it was at the break, and one of the brothers went away and came back, and he's like, well, I ordered 50 chicks. And it was the Cornish Cross meat chickens. They were like, what? We were just talking. And so they only had about 2 or 3 weeks, if I remember the story right, to get ready for these 50 chicks. And so they had to get the supplies. They knew nothing.
They had to learn something.
And they also had the idea to put it out on Facebook. Hey, we're getting these 50 chicks. Does anybody want some? And guess what? They sold all 50 of those chicks and didn't get to eat any of themselves. Yeah. It was so hot. And they said, hey, we're on to something. And they started this business. So there's somebody who didn't know anything about farming, who just went for it. Didn't know anything about it, went for it, leveraged social media. They ended up launching their farm with a Kickstarter. And I think they raised almost 50,000. Is that right? You'll have to look up Primal Pastures on Kickstarter. Yeah. And got their start, so they're going to be a fun story. Okay, let me hop back on where you guys can see me. We'll see if we have any questions. Oh, while we're over here on the Kickstarter, let me shout this out real quick. Do check out this Kickstarter page. It's in the link at the bottom of this video. Check out the reward levels. These are only here until Sunday. We're only doing this here until Sunday at 10 o'clock. We already sold out of one of the limited editions. We listed another one where we're going to give you guys an exclusive video farm tour of the bus, and you can ask us questions. We're going to answer questions on the video, and you'll get that right away. So some of these guys you're going to get right away, like the t-shirts and the mugs. Just check those out. They're lower prices than they're ever going to be. Now I'm going to jump back on here live and answer, and just check out the chat. Give me a second to pull up the chat here, guys, and I will see what kind of questions we have going. There it is. Okay. Texas boys saying hi. Off grid, Doug and Stacy in the house. Hello, guys. Thanks for coming in. Robbie, thanks for coming in. We might see if we're having a problem with the chat. Okay, there we go. Somebody wants to know what permaculture is. Permaculture is a design science where you work with nature, not against it, to create more efficiency or more abundance with less work. So an example of what permaculture, and permaculture makes connections between things. So an example of permaculture is bare ground of earth what does nature do? It covers it right away. So if you want to apply permaculture, say in gardening, you wouldn't leave your garden bare. You would do like nature does and cover it, most likely with mulch. That's what we find works best, covering it with mulch. You writing out questions?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she's got some more questions. All right, go for it, Beauty.
Somebody wanted us to come to Hawaii, and we would love to come to Hawaii. We're just gonna have to see where where finances are and everything. But we would love, I mean, obviously we're not bringing the bus to Hawaii, but we would love to fly over and, to do that. We would totally love that.
So don't tell anybody, but if everything goes well, we might go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
And maybe even Alaska. We're not like putting that out there public because we don't want to make any promises.
We are putting that.
Oh, shh, guys, it's just the 400 of us.
So how long are we living on the bus? And we're just going to live on the bus for the year that we're touring. That is our plan right now. Of course, we have no idea what the future holds. We do know that after the tour, we would like to rent out the bus on Airbnb on our property. So that's something that we had talked about. I don't know, maybe we'll sell it. I have no idea. We don't know what we're going to do. Right now, the plan is for a year, but we do know that plans always change. So,
and that's a good question. Somebody wanted to know if we grew up with similar lifestyles.
Yeah, I think
no, as far as like in the growing food,
yeah.
I think no, we did not. Well, my dad always did we grow up with similar lifestyles that we're living now?
No.
Okay. My dad always had animals. I did have that. I always grew up around cows, electric fences, and things like that. And I can remember we had a few gardens a couple times. But you?
We didn't grow any food. We had horses for a short time.
Tell them where you're from.
I'm from South Florida.
West Palm Beach.
That's where I mainly grew up, was in South Florida. So, and I lived in suburbia. So we always just lived in a neighborhood. And other than that, I mean, as far as we grew up in similar, we were raised similarly. But as far as farming and animals, the closest animals we had were horses, and we didn't have them for a super long time, 6-ish years, maybe a little bit longer. I don't know.
Mr. Mullet is coming with us, of course. Our crazy neighbor, Mr. Mullet. I don't know if I'm ever going to let him drive, but Mr. Mullet's coming with us. Hello, Kel Jones. Somebody
was saying there's a delay. Hit refresh on your thing, on your browser, and it should take care of that. We will get cows again. Someone asked if we're ever going to get cows. When we get back from the tour, watch out. Cows, pigs, sheep, bees, rabbits, chickens, as many animals as we can support.
Did you say trees?
I didn't say trees.
Okay.
But trees.
Because I'm going to say it again. I can't say this too much.
We haven't had any luck contacting Wrangler Star, so if you would like to do that for us.
We've emailed, we've Facebook. A lot of these people are hard to get a hold of. So
yeah, well,
if anybody knows anybody, put a word in, and we're able to check our emails. So we'll be on that. We're going to talk about some few people I have lined up. And, there's some people on our wish list, like Wrangler Star, like Elliot Coleman. Probably all I got to do to land Elliot is pick up the phone. I mean, I'll probably look up his farm and pick up the phone. It's old school. So is there any other people on the wish list that we
haven't gotten to?
We've narrowed it down. I think we're getting pretty close to finalizing.
No, because we got Back to Eden.
We can start talking about that now since the questions have slowed. We're in Western North Carolina, and Judy, you're better at watching the comments.
Okay.
If you want. People are talking with Christy. That's great. I'm going to go on into the next section of this. Hang in there with us, guys. We're going to come back and answer more of your questions, but I'm going to talk more about some of the farms we've landed more recently. And I can't figure out if I want to take them to a screen share and go to the websites of these places, or should I just talk raw? We're going to talk raw with y'all. Guess who I talked to today? Paul G. I can't not say his last name. I'm not going to try.
Something.
From Back to Eden. So if you guys haven't seen that film, it's for free. Back to Eden. It's about wood chip gardening. Talked to him on the phone today. Totally landed him. I picked up on some of his heart today. You know, he's open for any kind of visitors because all he wants to do is spread the positivity or the benefit of that kind of gardening, and we're going to go see that. He has an amazing gardening with wood chips, doesn't irrigate, doesn't fertilize, doesn't do all the conventional or even organic things, just does what nature does and covers itself with wood chips. And he does use some chickens to break down some for compost and fertilizer. So that is where we got our original idea years ago to do wood chips in our gardening, and I don't think we'll ever go back. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
If we can't get a hold of wood chips, we'll be using leaves or something else.
He was a huge inspiration for us. I'm like super excited to meet him. I might be a little starstruck when we meet him.
Yeah.
Just because he was I I remember we watched that movie so many times.
Oh, did we?
We did. When we would show it to people as they would come in, and we'd be like, have you seen this movie? You got to watch this movie.
Yeah.
And we'd all sit down and watch the movie.
Yeah.
So we watched it a lot because of that.
Somebody might have said, what challenge have I had with the wood chips? Sometimes I put on too many wood chips and we have to dig too deep. We've also noticed out there, sometimes we have to supplement with some blood meal. We did that with our last garden and just absolutely jammed to get a little bit of more of that nutrients there in the surface, where you might get some wood chips binding up the nitrogen. But let's see, who else?
So we're gonna go. I mean, our plan is to go to every state. I know people keep on asking, Texas, Illinois, Michigan, Colorado. We are going to Colorado for sure. I have a cousin in Denver, so we're for sure going to that. I mean, our plan is to go to every state and to see you guys. So we're going to do our best. I mean, we are only 2 people and we have 4 kids.
Yeah. So we're not going to promise.
We can't promise anything, but we would love, that would be a goal of ours.
I think another good goal would be a lot of you are interested about meetups. And are we coming to your state? And I know some people have said, hey, I'll even travel. But so I think we'll think about that, and we'll think regionally. We got a lot of requests for Baltimore. Actually, the same person for Baltimore. So there are these feature farms that we've showcased, but then there's also you guys, and it's important. Shoot, I should have left the link in this. I'll put the link up in a little bit. There's a video I created. I might see if I can't figure out how to put that in while we're live, but it's called "Want to Be a Visit on Our Farm Tour." I'll tell you what, I'll link this after we're done talking, and you guys can refresh your page and get the link to that show. And all you replay reviewers, you'll have the link. You'll want to go ahead and submit your farm. Even if you're not a place to be featured, you don't have an interesting farm, because when we're going in between these places, we may be looking for a place to stop and spend the night. We also may be looking for a place to have a meetup in a central area. We're going to have a meetup in Texas, for sure. We're going to have a meetup in Atlanta. We're going to have a meetup in Florida. We'll have a meetup. We'll then have to have a meetup somewhere in the Mid-Atlantic.
We'll probably do one in California.
When we're coming in the spring. Yes, we're going to have a meetup in California. Southern California, at least.
Honestly, just depends upon if someone steps up in their area to do it, and it's feasible for us to get there.
So when you actually fill out our application, we just call it an application, but it's more like a database. You're going to go in there and you're going to say, yes, I'm a farmer. No, I'm not a farm. Yes, I'm willing to have a meetup. No, I'm not willing to have a meetup. That kind of thing. So we are actually looking for places to host a meetup, even if it's not a farm that would be featured on our YouTube channel.
No, we have not contacted everyone where we plan to stay. So
no.
If you have applied, we were just trying to. Justin started working on that today. I mean, he printed it all out.
You know what?
It was a massive file. So we're working on it as hard as we can. I'll have to say this: the bus.
Yeah, let's talk about when we're going.
Okay, so the bus project was a lot harder than we thought it was going to be. I mean, we knew it was going to be challenging. And not hard as in like we didn't know what to do. It was hard as in like finding time to do the things that we needed to do apart from the bus. So, and that's because our timeline was so short and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So, we are just doing the best that we can time-wise because we still have to sleep and we still have to eat and we still have to be parents to our children. So,
yep. I will.
So yeah.
I don't know if some of you are on here, but I've gone through like our southern route. I can give. I'm not going to name the last names, but in case you're on here, and I'm just going to, for the sake of you guys, I've gone through for the southeast of that of everybody who submitted. But then I realized I'm going to need to wait.
Rosemary.
Okay. I'm going to need to.
That's
oh, Rosemary. Okay. Well, we're coming to you. You're on the list. I can't list everybody on the Kickstarter, but here's some of you guys. We're going to Rosemary in Georgia. We're going to our friends. They've been here. Tom Cole in South Carolina. It's going to be our first stop. They've got turkeys. They've got interns. They've got, what else they got? They got a bunch of stuff going on. Then I also have somebody named Speece. I guess that's their last name, in Florida. And then we have Matthew W. in Columbia, South Carolina. Just a young guy. Just a young guy. So we're not against that.
Have you contacted these people?
No, I haven't.
You haven't even contacted them.
No, but they are people who are on the list, who I have their number, I have their email. I've not contacted anybody yet. I'm going to wait now until the 20th. Don't you think that's a good plan? Let's get all the applications in by January 20th, and then we're going to see where these people are on the map, and then we're going to contact you. And I don't know when after January 20th, but probably pretty soon, especially if you're in the Southeast. You people I'm calling out now, you're going to be contacted soon. Now, if you don't answer, I can't email you or can't phone call you, obviously that's not going to work out. Travis M. does turkeys in Tampa, Florida. Pete K. Oh, this is Green Dreams. This is a permaculture site in Florida. And I have contacted them. We are on site for them. Diego approved that one.
Excited.
Oh, good. And
I knew you were excited about us coming, Rosemary. So I'm excited.
Good. So you know that one. Okay, so that's.
People want to know how to apply.
Okay, let me see.
We can drop the link in here.
Yeah, let me see about.
Okay, so I'll answer some of these questions.
You talk and I'll get the link up.
Okay, so someone wanted to know if we're going to have a 100K sub special. I think we are going to do something special.
I was talking to her about maybe.
Don't give it away yet.
Okay.
Don't give it away. Someone said Christy needs to go. We would love for Christy to go. We have formally asked her, but she does have a life, and we respect that. We do plan to meet up with her at certain intervals where we know that we're going to need a sitter, and it works for her schedule to come out. We hope that maybe the grandparents will be able to come out to us wherever we're at. We're going to be seeing family, and that will, they'll be able to help us a little bit with sitting, hopefully. So yeah, we definitely would love for Christy to go, but she does have a life. Again, someone said something about the Homestead Conference in Tennessee, and if it works out, like, we'll totally go. I mean, yeah, if it works out, if we're in the area, we will go. We would love to go. It's just, it has to work out.
Yeah.
Someone wanted to know if we were going to have more kids. Well, for sure, we're not having any more kids in the next year.
That might put a damper on the tour.
That would put a little bit of a damper on the tour. I'm not giving birth in a bus. So, or wherever we're at, And then someone wanted to know if we were going to Iowa. I believe we are going to Iowa. Those were all the questions that I saw. Somebody was saying, it's a small space with kids. Yes, it is. And we're okay with that. When we all sit on the couch together, or when we're sitting around the table, we are all somehow get scrunched up together. So they like to be close. And so we're okay with that. Justin is almost done with adding.
Yeah, I'm going to add the links in right now. Just bear with me a second. I'm added in the video that you guys can go watch to learn how to be featured. And then I need to add in. Do you want to get another question?
Yeah,
so
if you just do that.
So
bus birth. No bus birth. We will be coming to Dallas. I have a cousin. I actually have 2 cousins in the Dallas area, and we will be seeing.
Let's have a meetup in Dallas.
We will definitely be having a meetup in Dallas because we will be there. No, we're not doing any pets on the bus. I just can't do it. Please don't give birth in the bus. No, you don't have to worry about that.
Almost got it, guys. I see.
So yes, I mean, we do plan on being able to source organic options. That will definitely take planning. Organic food options. That will definitely take a lot of planning on my part. I'm gonna have to, purchase enough food to last us from one store to the next. I think that we can definitely make it happen, though. I think that it's available enough. It's not too late. Justin is adding the stuff.
It's added. So now you guys might, for you live viewers, you're probably gonna have to refresh the video to get those links to how do you get a video on how you get featured on our tour, how do you be a stop, and then an application to that. Do that by January 20th. So,
Texas is big. It is huge, and we will probably do more than one meetup there. Again, it depends upon if people step up to do a meetup, and it also depends if how much time we have. But Texas is big, and we plan to probably be in Texas for a while.
Yes. Also in the links of the YouTube video, of course, our Kickstarter, but also you're going to get a different perspective on our Instagram account. We'll probably do at least a picture a day there. Also, if you want more quick updates, you want to go, I see somebody's calling out the bus name, Maple. Maple is the name of our bus. Isn't that nice? Hey, Ben Campazzi, welcome, buddy. Good to see you. We ended up.
He's given us a recommendation. Will you email us that recommendation,
email it, Ben,
please?
Okay. And
someone wanted to know, okay, I don't know what you're talking about. Someone wanted to know about how we plan to keep the kids occupied. I plan on doing we're going to buy some magnetic games. We have their schoolwork. We have that to keep them occupied. I just have a lot of ideas. There's like little sketchbooks. My kids love to draw. Mr. Brown is happy with some trucks. We're going to do puzzles. I have a whole plan. I have thought this out. So it's definitely going to be different, but I think we're going to, make it work.
We're going through the whole entire state of Florida. We're going to go all the way down to end up at the lowest part of this part of the United States, down in Key West.
So we will probably end up at the nation's capital, and we are going to go see Paul.
Let's talk about else, because I also called or got in contact with Whole Systems Design, Ben Falk, and if you don't know that, just Google it with Vimeo in there. Vimeo, Whole Systems Design, and you'll know exactly why we're going there. It's one of the most amazing homesteads I've ever seen.
Christy reminded me that Jonah has a ton of Legos, and we will be bringing them.
Yeah.
We will not be driving overnight. That is not an intention of ours. We would like to stay with driving during the day as much as possible, just because at night there's more risk, something I learned in trucker school. So obviously there may be times where we have to travel at night, but that is not something we want to do.
I like Ben's suggestion of Permaculture Chidlers, the book. All right, we're going to see Whole Systems. We're in talks with Mark Shepard of Regenerative Agriculture, author of that book, but he's a guy who has taken permaculture to the marketing scale, the agricultural scale, producing food in mass quantities without hurting the earth, restoring the earth, and with minimum inputs.
Okay, so what kind of goose is Donald? He is a Roman tufted. For healthcare, we have insurance. We are seeing Paul Wheaton. There was a suggestion of a farm trailer of us driving a farm trailer behind the bus. We don't plan to do that. We previously thought of growing food in the bus. We thought about keeping chickens, and we just decided that that's not what we want to do. Hopefully we'll be going to so many farms. I would love to buy produce and food off of the people we visit. That would be something that I would love to do, is to support the people that are hosting us on their property. That would be amazing, to be able to, you know, pick out of their garden and get what we need. So that would be something that
we'll wondering how long we'll stay in one place. There'll be some places that we just visit for the day. There'll be some places that it's a couple of days, and then there's a few days, and then there's almost a week perhaps, because maybe it's centrally located. Something like Primal Pastures, where they have the accommodations. They've got a lot going on. There's a lot of places nearby. Up in Canada, certainly going to stay there a little bit longer, especially at Rob Avis's. He's got a ton of people nearby.
Yeah.
We're not just going to see Rob Avis's. There's places of epic greenhouses he's talking about. He's talking about public schools that are implementing permaculture systems and programs. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And I think, one more person I'd like to mention, and then we're going to jump on the Kickstarter page, and then we'll do, what do we got? We got about 10 more minutes, so we'll jump on the Kickstarter page. And
well, hold on one second. There's some more questions.
Yeah.
So Mr. Brown's name came from his favorite book, Mr. Brown, Can Moo, Can You? And so we just started calling that. Someone wanted to know if Disney was too mainstream for us. It is not. We are not above Disney World. We would totally go. I don't know if it's going to be in the books for when we go to Florida, like just next month. It may have to be after the tour, but we will definitely be taking the bus to Disney and, you know, staying at Fort Wilderness. But we don't know when it's going to happen.
We'll be visiting a ton of raw milk places.
Yes.
So we're going to visit the bee whisperer himself, Michael Jordan. We are aspiring to do bees and trees and pigs and probably smaller livestock like goats or sheep, and we don't know how. So that's on our list, to go to places like that to learn that. We were very good at chickens. We're good at gardening, and we want to get some more experience and hands-on education in these other things, and we want to share that with you guys. So
we are going to pull our van. There was another thing. Grand Canyon is on the list.
You know what, Beck? You can maybe jot down. Here's what we'll do. I'm going to jump on the Kickstarter page one more time, talk a little bit about the rewards, and then we'll come back one more time. I might see if I can't keep this chat open where Beauty can jot down questions, and we will come back with a finale and just answer a few more questions and say goodnight to you guys. This has been a lot of fun. I cannot talk and do this at the same time.
It's hard.
Beauty's like, why are you taking so long? But I'm just going to take a pause here for a second.
You move it over.
Okay. Then I'll have to go see it over here. And then you can open your window too. Just give us just 1 second, guys. And then do this to get, there you go.
And then put your window on top.
All right, here we go, guys. We got it. Okay, so you should be seeing the Kickstarter page. Beauty can still see your comments. So feel free to ask questions. We'll answer some of them when we come back. Look, you can make a pledge of any amount if you guys just love us and support us. We have many times people contact us. We are so humbled by this, and they'll say, hey, how can we just support you? And they just want to support us. They don't necessarily want a product. That's where this comes in. You could do as little as $1 or more. Also, if you want to do it on a regular basis, we have a Patreon. We link those in every one of our YouTube videos, where that's where you can give as little as $1 or more a month to our Patreon. That helps us create the videos we create. Our YouTube videos take 4 to 6 hours a day to create, and we do that 7 days a week. I'm not complaining. We love it. We feel like this is what we were destined to do. We were born to do. Obviously, we love it. We love you guys. You're a big part of why we love it. And so we're happy to do that. But for us to continue and keep it up, we're going to have to bring in some income. We do that with the ads and other that are on the YouTube videos and other things. Okay, so you guys can get this documentary. I think you know what it's about. It's about the Great American Farm Tour. It's going to be a movie that you can watch in an hour and a half. You can touch it. It could be a DVD. You can share it. You can show it to your friends. It's going to be the highlight. It's also going to be interviews with us and other farmers that you're not going to see on the YouTube channel. It's also going to be a little more polished, and it'll be something that will sum it up. We're also going to have a bigger reach with this. We're going to be able to go, I don't know, we could submit it to documentary film shows. We'll have a further reach outside of YouTube. You can get it now for as little as $15. I'm pretty sure when it retails, when it comes out, it's going to be like $30. Ask my permaculture chicken people. They got permaculture chickens for $15. And now there's so much value added to permaculture chickens, the lowest level is like $70. So you get in now, you're going to get any bonuses I add into the future. Okay, I'm really good to my customers. I probably bit myself in the butt a little bit on that because I can't sell my customers anything new because I keep on giving them all the bonuses that I add to permaculture chickens. You can get the DVD for $25. Like I said, we're going to add so much value into this that you'll get the DVD, but you'll also still have options to go and get the digital download stuff. And I'll upload a ton of stuff there, and you will get bonuses throughout the year. If we had a lot of people, look, I guess 51 people asked for this, guys. This was not an original option, but so many people said, hey, I just want the t-shirt or the mug, and I'm happy with the download. I don't need the DVD. That's why we add the merch level, and that's $25. You get the download, and you get the organic t-shirt or mug. Okay, one more thing. You pledge $50, you can get the DVD plus either the t-shirt or the mug. Now, listen, a lot of you guys are drinking coffee or tea while you watch our videos. So why not use our stainless steel mug? And it's healthy. You know, we're crazy stainless steel people, so we had to incorporate that. And of course, we're going to have organic t-shirts. This is a fun fact I learned while I was reading Patagonia's book, Free to Surf or something. What's the name of that book? It was the story of Patagonia. And one thing they said about cotton was, in order to grow cotton, they have to kill the soil. They have to utterly destroy it. And it cannot, actually, an earthworm cannot live in that soil for up to 4 years. They have to destroy it and then chemically treat it to grow commercial, conventional cotton. And so that's one reason we've chose to go organic. We just couldn't do it. But we just couldn't buy conventional. But anyway, no problems if you do. I'm not trying to create any judgments, just saying that's where we're coming from. A lot better on the earth. And it's still very reasonably priced. And then we've got, you can get the complete edition. You can get everything. You get the DVD, t-shirt, and mug. A lot of people are liking that. And then this one has surprised me. The limited editions at only 100 people, guys. You're gonna get everything. Plus, we're gonna do a special video. We'll send you a questionnaire that you can ask us beforehand, before we make this little video. You'll ask us questions about our bus build, or about our bus, or about the tour, and we will answer those questions in a video, a special tour just for you 100 people, and then we'll send it just to you 100 people. I'm not offering that any later. Yes, we'll do a public bus tour, but we won't be answering any custom questions. We won't have time for that. We'll just be able to do a bus tour. Okay, I think that's it, guys. You know what, you guys have probably already backed me. I mean, if you haven't, do consider it. But if you have, why don't you do this? Go up to the top of the Kickstarter page. Do me a big favor. Right below that green button that says back to project, hit share. I wonder what happens if I hit share. Okay, cool. I can share to Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest. Let's go share it on Facebook right now. So it's going to share on my Facebook page. Say, you could say, check it out. I'm a backer. ... and share it. Okay, that's all you got to do, and it's shared. I don't know if you guys saw that because it popped up into a new window, but that's all you got to do. Okay, I'm going to go back to the live show. Beauty's got a lot of questions here ready to be answered. Hello again, guys. Thanks for bearing with us here. Now we're going to hang on here. Thanks for hanging with us the entire show. Almost 400 people the entire time. We're really feeling the love. go ahead and talk about
Someone wanted to know if we would be up to going to a kosher meat processing plant. Sure. Like, that's no problem. Are the meetups going to be in restaurants? I would prefer not for them to be in restaurants. I would prefer them to be in like a public park or a playground, something like that.
Somebody's house or farm.
Yeah, like a farm, somewhere public that people can come to, and it's not weird.
Now in Atlanta, we're going to Yeah Burger. So
well, we might do Yeah Burger. We might do a meetup somewhere else, and then if people want to go to Yeah Burger with us, they can. If not, no big deal. Because not everybody has the money to eat out, and I understand that. And personally, when you go to a restaurant, you're limited on the space. So that's one reason I wouldn't want to do it. And there's not a lot of restaurants I want to eat in anyways. Would you like to go worldwide, like Australia? Of course, we would love that. But I just don't know if that's where we're going to go with our life. I don't know, like we really want to grow food again. So, like this is something we've wanted to do for a long time, but at the same time, we do love growing food. And that's something that is a huge part of our life, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So while I'm going to love traveling, I'm going to also love coming back and starting up another homestead, starting our homestead again. Is Yellowstone on the list? Yes, it is. Hugelculture, well, I'm not sure if you want to know if that is like if we're going to do it when we get back here or if we're going to see it on the road. Either one is cool with us. I think it's a neat process. We actually thought about doing it one in a hugelculture bed in our front yard. We had some ideas of doing that, and that still may happen. It still may, Airboats in Florida, yes. I grew up in Florida. We are going on an airboat ride. Laurinburg, North Carolina, someone wanted to know if we were coming there. I don't know. I don't even know where that is. I'm sorry, but maybe. It's a possibility.
Somebody mentioned potluck. That's not a terrible idea, but we have to get some of these people to submit applications and be willing to host meetups.
And willing to put together that potluck. Make sure that everything is there that's needed to be there. Because like hosting a potluck it does take some work. So like while we're up for that, that's totally cool with us. It would definitely have to be managed. And I don't think I can manage that.
Yeah.
How long to do the documentary when we get back? I don't know. I've never done that before. I mean, we're going to work hard on it. It's going to be something that we will plug away at and, so, I mean, I'm sure it will take a while, but I'm not sure the time frame on that one. But we are serious about it. I mean, we're not going to just not create it.
Oh, yes, we are going to Oregon. And did we list the Elliott Homestead on our Kickstarter?
I don't think we did.
We're going to the Elliott Homestead in Washington. Many of you guys probably know them. Homesteaders, authors of cookbooks. And so we're looking forward to that.
The date when Maple is finished. We got some news that it probably be pushed back another week.
Yeah.
So we're not 100% sure.
I would say at this point, we wanted to leave February 1st. Even more has popped up that we didn't think about. I mean, this is our first bus conversion.
Well, and things are just taking longer than we anticipated them.
Yeah.
For instance, the welder was guessing at how long some of these things that we needed him to do were going to take. And it's taking longer than he anticipated and we anticipated. So we're just trying to go with the flow, and we know that there's going to be issues with this. We know that things are going to take longer than they should, and that's okay. We're okay with that. We're not stressed about it. We're going to leave when we get to leave, which kind of stinks, but it's how it works.
Yeah. And so some people are asking if, Christy sent me this, how to get the shirts or the mugs separately, and maybe if you want more. That's one reason people wanted that, is because maybe they want to get a shirt for everybody in their family. That's fine. You can do that through the merch level, the MERCH reward level. It's the $25 level. You just buy more than one. I think you can do that, can't you? You can back.
Yeah, you can.
You can back more than once.
Yeah, I mean, and then
message me on Kickstarter. Go to that Kickstarter and message me if you can. I think you can though. I think you can buy more than one reward.
Somebody wanted to know how many bus conversions we were going to do. It's funny, Christy answered them. I don't think we're planning on doing any more bus conversions.
Good answer, Christy.
I think one was enough. Although now we're like experts at it and we know what to do. But as is everybody who converts a bus, once they do it one time, they're like, if I did this again, this is how I would do it, you know? So.
All right, anything else before we say goodnight?
Someone made popcorn.
Oh.
Will you visit how farms work?
Oh, they want to see what this. Okay, somebody wants to see what the mugs and the shirts look like. I'm so sorry. I didn't go over that when I was on the Kickstarter page. I'm not going to go back to that page, but go to the Kickstarter page in the description of this video, and it will take you to the Kickstarter page. And you scroll down, you'll see a picture of the stainless steel mug. It's really heavily insulated, really nice thing. And then the organic white T-shirt with our Great American Farm Tour logo on it. And I'm glad somebody suggested we offer those separate because we've had like 51 people sign up for them already, and we just did that the day before yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we want to call it, or you got a question? One more.
No. Does anybody else have any more questions? How tall are the mugs? I think they're like 14-ounce mugs. They're pretty big. I like a big mug, so I chose the biggest mug I could.
Yes. So, okay. We're going to say goodnight. This is going to be fun. This was fun. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We love you very much. We appreciate your support. You guys have shown your love on the Kickstarter. You've confirmed this trip, and we appreciate it. We're really getting excited for it. We're going to all have fun. We're taking every one of you with us, and it feels like we don't have to be alone because you guys are going with us. So thank you very much, and good night.
Good night. Oh, somebody wanted to know how many watts we were doing.
All right, do the watts.
I have no idea, but it's a lot.
She can't end it. She loves talking to you guys. She can't end it. She doesn't even know the answer. But anyway, good night. A lot of people saying good night.
Good night.
Good night, Susan. Why don't you call out some good nights while I hang up here?
No, there was no dance tonight. Sorry.
We are going to give you a family dance at the end of this Kickstarter. So it'll be, we'll probably dance with the family on Monday after the Kickstarter when we get the official results. Kickstarter ends Sunday at 10 p.m. All the kids will be in bed. We're not going to be dancing then. And then we will dance with the kids on Monday. You'll see that in Tuesday's vlog. How about that? The entire family, the 80s aerobic dance. So that's going to be a fun vlog.
Good night.
I can't find the, all right, good night.
It's right there.